Hi guys, Ariana here. I'm sorry I've been a little MIA. Honestly, um, it has been rough. It's been rough. Um, I think my last video was August 8th, and that day I was actually feeling well. And I had just gotten out of the shower, like right now. And I had mentioned that I had used the soap that I was given or recommended to use before the night before and the morning of the surgery. And I used that soap again when I took a shower that day, sitting on my bathroom stool, because it was hard for me to like have a stand-up shower. So I had a little stool in there and I sat there and then I just kind of sprayed myself down. After that video, the rash began. The rash was terrible. Apparently I was allergic to the soap, and it started like a little itch, and then it grew, and then it was more and more and more and more of an itch. And it was just terrible. I can't even describe it. I had more discomfort from the rash than I did for my surgery. I had a meltdown where I had to call my husband to console me because I was just feeling all kinds of guilty, and I was feeling like I had made the wrong choice. I was feeling guilty of not being present with my family, and I just didn't want to do anything because I just was so miserable. And then the pain of my surgery combined with the pain of the rash and the itchiness and the burning sensation. It was just a combination of all of it, that I had a meltdown, and I was having my moment of regret, honestly. Anyway, I reached out to my surgeon. He sent in right away. I sent him pictures of my stomach and what it looked like. And they sent in an ointment. They gave me Allegra. They gave me another medication that was going to help with it. And I waited for like 2 days. And every morning I would wake up hoping and praying that it was better, and it was worse. And the itch was worse. And at this point, day 3, I couldn't even sleep anymore. I was miserable. And I went to the ER. My husband said, enough, let's go to the ER. So we went to the ER, and I took the medication my surgeon had prescribed, and they were kind of hesitant. I'm like, oh, maybe you should have gone to the hospital where you had the surgery so they could contact that doctor. But I just didn't care. I went to the closest one. I didn't want to drive across town to where I had my surgery at. We went to base. And good thing I took the medication. They were like, okay, we're going to give you exactly what your surgeon gave you, but we're just going to up the dose since you've been doing this for 3 days and it's not helping. And that was it, guys. Oh my God. The next day I woke up and I actually was like, wait, did I sleep? I was so confused. But I had slept because I hadn't slept in 3 days. So I was very sleep deprived, and I was angry, and I felt like a fog, and I slept. And then I waddled as fast as I could to the bathroom to look in the mirror, because I was just like, please, just let it be, not away or disappear, but just let it not look like there's a fire going on in my stomach. And your stomach already looks really messed up, guys, okay? After surgery, your stomach looks tore up. You look like Frankenstein, okay? I feel like, I mean, I've been a plus size girl, a curvy girl, but I've had a cute stomach, okay? And a little potbelly pig stomach. And this stomach looks like Frankenstein. Specifically one of the incisions, it like is deep and it looks like I have like another belly button and it's ugly. Um, so, and then to see a rash on top of all the ugliness, yeah, it's very depressing. It's very, um, takes all your batteries out. It takes your femininity away. It takes all of it. So anyway, I looked and guess what? It had cleared. Not 100%, but it had cleared. And most importantly, it was no longer itchy. Thank God. Oh my God. That was the worst part. Since then, I feel like I'm coming back to myself. I haven't had another episode of tears and regrets. Um, I've been on a walk today twice. I walked a mile each time and I felt great. My daughter is a hairdresser and she did my hair, you know, a little touch up. And I was actually able to sit for, you know, and let her wash my hair and bend back and do all the things. Um, so life is slowly like coming back to its place. Um, at this point, I could technically be on a full liquid diet, but because I was having issues with my stomach, issues with the rash, I haven't been taking any pain medication like I mentioned last video because I just don't do well with it. So I just didn't want to add another thing and then it wasn't going to sit well with my stomach and then it was going to be like more miserable. But I think now I'm getting ready to transition a little bit and go to more towards a more like a full liquid diet. However, I will say, I don't know. I'm not hungry. Um, I feel like I have a system. I've set timers and reminders of like, okay, 8 o'clock, let's start with a protein shake that has 30 grams of protein. At 9 o'clock, like, let's do a Jello. At 10 o'clock, let's drink some Crystal Light. At 11 o'clock, let's have some water with a little bit of broth. And I've been having like that system. And there's moments where I'm not gonna lie, I just don't want to drink or I don't want it. So I skip it, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do it at 9 on the dot. Like I'll do it like by 9:30. Like right now, I'm still working on my broth here. And it's just a clear broth, okay? I fill it up to here and I just sip, sip, sip. Sorry, little by little, and I take my time with it. I'm still doing the timer of like every minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, I'll take a sip. Now I could accurately, like, I'm like, okay, my timer's gonna go off. Like, I'm that good now with my timer. So I am pacing myself, because I've noticed that if I try to gulp, gulp, gulp too fast, I do feel like a little bit of like, wait, it's not coming down yet all the way and I'm trying to stuff more. So the 2 minutes, I feel like it has been the best on my stomach and it gives me a chance to like process what I'm drinking. I have my little water cup here, my little Starbase cup from Japan, that I would take with me everywhere. I'm not drinking regular water, I'm drinking alkaline water. I don't know if it's any better, but I just like the taste of alkaline water more. And I actually get this from the Dollar Tree, believe it or not, and it's actually really good. What else can I tell you? Let's see. I could give you a little bit of like my weight. I'm not really concentrated on my weight, and I know a lot of people, like, that's all you guys care about. But I did this more for health for me, and some digestive issues that I was having and a lot of other issues, medical issues that I was having. The weight loss, yes, it's a bonus, and I appreciate it and I'm grateful for it. but I've always loved myself at any size, and I've been 110 to my highest 252 pounds. So and I'm only 5'2", guys. I've always loved myself, regardless of my, regardless of my weight. I've always felt pretty, not to sound conceited, but I've always had good self-esteem. I think I've had a good family around me that, my husband is like so loving and so supportive, and just he's a words of affirmation kind of guy. And I mean, my bucket's always full with him. And my husband is a skinny, I wouldn't say fit, but he's a skinny guy. Um, and I always joke with him, and I'm like, together we're the perfect 10, because he's like 1 because he's skinny, and obviously I'm always been a little bit more plumpy, so I say that I'm the 0, so we make the perfect 10. It's always been our little thing, and my husband has loved me in all my weight. um, so like for me, yes, this is a very drastic surgery, but um it was more for my overall health than my overall weight, if that makes any sense. So um when I first received the phone call, obviously this process is not something that you just wake up one day and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go get surgery tomorrow. No, it doesn't work like that. It takes time. It took me, I want to say, about 9 months to do this whole process from start to finish, from meeting with the nutritionist and the psychologist and the doctor and the surgeon and all the people that you have to talk to, and the lab work and the testing and all the things, on top of me dealing with my other health issues that I was having, that ultimately led me down this road here where we're at. Uh, it's been a minute, and I started following the nutritionist and what she was recommending for me to do. And I started at 246, and by the time I got my call, I was down to 132.2. Then I started the liquid diet, and the day of surgery, I weighed myself again, and I was 225. And then on Monday, which is 1 week exactly from my surgery date, I weighed myself, and I was 218. And then I'm not weighing myself again until Monday. I decided that Monday is like the day that I'm going to be weighing myself. So I'll kind of give you guys where I'm at. Has the weight been significantly like impactful? Like, can I say I've lost 20 pounds in 1 week? No. But do I want to? No, I don't. I kind of don't want to lose my weight that quickly either. I want it to be healthy. I want it to be something where I just don't feel like I'm like zoom, I started taking all my Very Melts, my vitamins. I'm taking my multivitamins, my calcium, my folic acid, my biotin, my probiotic. Do I need all the vitamins? No, but I feel comfortable, and I've always been a vitamin taker, so I used to take them even regardless of the surgery. So I wanted to continue doing that because it just gives me like, I've always been really health conscious. I believe it or not. I've always been a plus size girl, but I've never dealt with diabetes or high cholesterol or anything like that. I've always been told, oh, you're a healthy chubby girl, whatever that means. Or I've been called an endomorph, or that my body just likes to always be in hibernation, because I overall eat healthy. All my family is skinny. This is just my gene. My family is, on my dad's side, is very obese. On my mom's side, I would say that we're 50-50. We have some family members that are on the heavier side, and then we have other ones that aren't. But they're constantly dealing with their weight and going to the gym and doing all the things, Anyways, as far as the rest, changing topics here. The rest has been challenging for me, only because I'm not used to sitting around. I'm not used to not being on the go. I'm not used to being home alone all day. Um, you know, my alarm goes off at 5:45 and my kids and I are out the door by 6:50, and I'm dropping off kids, and then I'm driving to work, and then I get to work, and then I work at a school. I'm a teacher, and I don't sit down until I get back in my car again. You know, I'm constantly on the go. So to be a person who is constantly at 10,000 steps by noon, to being at maybe, you know, well, today was a good day, but, you know, 300 steps is very difficult. I'm struggling with that in my mind. How do I do that? How do I allow myself, give myself grace to say it's okay to be sitting, or to be resting, or to be to understand that although my exterior and my stitches are healing and they're closing and they're looking good, my insides still are weak, and my insides still need healing and more time. I think that's been the hardest part here for me. Anyways, this is a really long video, so I am going to catch you guys next Monday on my next weigh-in, and I will let you know how much I've lost. All right. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe. Toodles.